To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and you listen to a podcast that believes in dreams, that places trust in the magic of imagination. That is always the first start of the right, and where the light is always on. Join as we discuss the views from Walt's apartment.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Walt's Apartment Presents. This is one of our offshoot shows of the Walt's Apartment Podcast Productions Network, and I'm so excited to have Amber back with me. Amber, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Let's dive into the situation. Amber was on the end of September. Amber's been on the show for a couple of times. I've been on the show a few times. After she was on Presents in September, we started chatting. Hey, how would you like to be a host? Because that's what Sean does. Sean gets people on once, and then they become a host. They become part of this crazy thing, and that's where we're at. So in October, I believe October, November, I believe it's the beginning of October, we announced that you were going to be part of the network, and so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
You bring like a different outlook to stuff, and yeah, it's just happy to have you here, and your love for the theme parks and all things Star Wars is the best. So for those of us that have not been on Walt's Apartment Present since September, tell us a little bit about you, what your main focus is, which I know is the wine country, but you hit that Disney stuff hard. So tell us about that. Then we got some stuff to talk about. So go ahead.
Wow. That's a lot. Like, I'm really excited to be part of this, first of all, and I'm glad to be suckered into this. You know, who doesn't need one more thing to do?
Right.
I am just up here in wine country, just facilitating, a mom's group, and that's kind of how I got started. And then, I'm a obsessive person with all the theme parks, and so I kept going, and somehow that turned into this wild world of like podcasts and content creation, and I don't know, I'm just seeing wherever it takes me. It's kind of a wild ride right now.
It is crazy. So, I mean, we actually met through Getaway Today a couple of years ago, and shout out to Getaway Today because they're awesome, and we're going to be down there in a couple of weeks at the Getaway Today conference. What was this thing called? I mean, it's pretty cool. Whatever.
Yeah, it's a new take on their hotel tours. So we'll see.
How smart! Put all in one spot. Let's go. That's going to be cool. I'm excited for the hotel, the Anaheim Suites used to be Cambria. I apologize if I'm yelling. I have a new microphone because mine wasn't working before the show, and if I'm yelling, I apologize. If I'm coming out too loud because it sounds really loud.
No,
am I all right? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's get into some stuff here. So I gave you some homework. I said, so we're going to talk about your trip because you had the best trip sponsored by Getaway Today with some other content creators, and you got to explore all over Florida. And but I want to talk a little bit about. I said, Amber, today is the 22nd of January, which was the first day of Disneyland Handcrafted that came out on Disney Plus and on YouTube. And I said, if you can watch this, let's talk about it because everyone's talking about this right now, and why shouldn't we as well? You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Did you have a chance to watch it?
I did, from start to finish.
What'd you think? What'd you think?
I really liked it. I felt like it was an interesting perspective, kind of behind the scenes of how Disneyland was made. And I really enjoyed some of the quieter moments where you just watch the workers who were absolutely violating OSHA.
Oh my gosh, that was the best part. And all the smoking.
So many people just flying through the air, hanging on stuff. I'm like, oh, this is what we're doing. Okay. I really enjoy just watching them work and just wondering to myself, do they know what they're really creating? Do they understand the change and just the massive, I don't know, just obsession that they're creating for so many people out there. And also I observed a lot of like older workers working on Disney. And I thought that was really interesting to see these people who were obviously experts in their fields brought in and working on this creation of Disney's. And also Disney was not in the film. So that was a surprise to me as well. But I enjoyed it. There was a few moments where, especially when they were putting the castle together, where I was like, that's pretty spectacular to see that happening from start to finish.
I mean, people have said that have done reviews on this. They said, if you're a huge Disney nerd, like anyone that's listening to this or us, we've probably seen all of that footage at least one time.
Most of it. There were a few pieces.
There were a few things I'm like, I've never seen that. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
And it was, excuse me. It was just crazy to see, like you said, the OSHA violations, the guy skimming up the flagpole to put the top on.
Gosh.
Right.
Like on the swing seat being pulled up by the crane to put the top on the TWA rocket. He's just sitting on a swing, just hanging out up there.
And then he's up there shining it and stuff. But it's the 50s, and I think, and then one of the other biggest takeaways people have said about this is the amount of smoking that you actually see in this, which I think is hilarious. You see guys with their cigarettes in their mouth and they're like doing cement work, and they're like, the guy's got a cigarette, and I'm like, they said that if you did you watch on Disney Plus or did you watch it on YouTube?
I watched on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Did you see in the top it said like it said smoking, and it always has like the things on the corner of what's happening. It's smoking.
I mean, it has that for Peter Pan, so I mean, it was.
I thought it was great. You saw the struggle, which everyone knew it was a struggle. They had a $5 million budget, ended up being like almost $20 million. He had to mortgage his home, and he had to mortgage everything and cash in his life insurance policy. One part that hit me was, I believe it was Harper Goff was talking, and he said, "Hey, I remember Walt would come down on Sundays and he would say, we've had half the money into this, and there's not anything here that anyone would spend 50 cents on seeing." And he expressed that he was so worried about going bankrupt. Yeah. But then he said, "I've been bankrupt 5 times before, so what's one more time?" And like, what's one more? Like, he didn't give a damn. Like, just poor Roy. Poor Roy's probably just like, "Oh my God, dude, you shut up," But the kind of F you to everyone that's saying, like, I remember they had one part where they said they tried to reach out to other theme parks and like construction companies, says, "Hey, can you help us?" And like, "Well, why don't you just buy our stuff?" I'm like, no, we got it. Because if you're not going to help us, if we can't use your expertise to help us build our things our way. And I don't know, I'm just a huge admirer of the Walt Disney's attitude of like, "Oh yeah, really? I'm not going to do this. Let me show you that I can do this." And I thought it hit all that. I thought they really went into like how bad the first day really was. That was a little more in depth than I've seen before, was how bad literally the first day was. And it's like, and they came out and like you said, did any of these people that were there realize what 900 million guests have been there since 1955 now? It's just like,
and the ripple effect of what they were putting together, the ripple effect of more parks and more paraphernalia, and just it was done really, really well. And like I was telling you beforehand, one thing I thought was very interesting, Tom Corliss from WDWNT, I watched his review of it yesterday, and he was saying that he had no idea that all the video footage was silent. It was silent films. So they actually, and Leslie Iwerks took this whole thing up here to the Bay Area, up by you, to Skywalker, I believe it's wherever Lucas, Industrial Light Magic, the sound. They created every sound in that. So when you're watching the guys hit the spikes into the railroad, that's not audio from the time. That was all added after. Yeah. When the tractor's driving through the mud and you can hear it rev up to get out, and then it's driving, you hear the keys, see the keys hitting the dash. You hear keys hitting the dash. I'm like, I was really listening to that, like the first half of it, like just watching. Okay. And they could hear like always like this bustle of people behind, which I thought it was done really well. I liked that there was no people but breakaway shots of Bob Gurr. It was just like you just hear Bob Gurr's voice. I thought that was cool. There was no like
featured in him with just all voices. Walt did talk a lot, but you didn't realize that it was always him talking. Like at the end when he said that he mortgaged his home and stuff like that. And Roy had a lot of comments, and a lot of Dick Irvine I noticed, and Marty Sklar, a lot of comments from them as well. But overall, scale 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I'd probably give it an 8. I enjoyed it. I would probably watch it again. I do think what was really interesting to me that struck me as we were watching, and they said like the financial guy, he's like, I don't know numbers, and why are you in charge? And Walt Disney's like, well, I know how much I'm spending, so it's fine.
Right.
I kept thinking to myself as I'm watching this, what would have happened if they had failed? Because they had said at one point that if they didn't open in July, they probably wouldn't have been able to open in September simply for financial reasons.
Right.
And I kept thinking to myself as they're alluding to this potential for disaster, what would have happened if he hadn't gotten it off the ground, if it hadn't been successful, or if he had run out of money, or if he had to make compromises that wouldn't have led to the Disney experience that we know today. It's truly, it really focused and honed in my opinion, of how many things had to fall in place just right.
Oh yeah.
To make this happen. And it definitely there was some luck on his side in many ways, because it just felt like so many things had to happen so many particular ways, and so many people had to get involved, and so many people had the right decisions. And it just felt like we were watching this perilous journey of this thing that could go south at any point, and it didn't. Thank goodness. We know it didn't, but you truly get a better sense of just how badly it could have gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When you're watching this,
being like, again, like fans that we are, that know everything, that can tell you where the test wall is over behind the Starbucks and all that fun stuff. But for the normal Disney fan, I think this is a great introduction into Disneyland.
Oh, for
I think
sure.
They did all that in a year, and that's what blows my mind. Is they did all that in literally a year.
Oh,
and like
3 days before opening shot, how much had to be done. I'm sitting there. Are you sure?
I'm like, this isn't gonna. And then if you don't know how it ends, you're like, this isn't gonna happen. This isn't gonna. I don't see this happen. Wait, there's still 3 weeks before they're just bringing the ship in now. What do you mean? They're building Tomorrowland with like a month left, and they're empty buildings because they didn't know what to do. And I was just like, God dang, this is just absolutely wild. But I would give it a 9. I thought it was really, really good. Again, it's something that I don't know if it has a huge rewatchability, like over and over and over. Like I could watch the Imagineering story 10 times in a row because it's just so good.
Yeah.
But this is really good. And I thought they did a great job. It better get some awards for like sound editing, because I'm just blown away by all the sounds and stuff that they did to make this what it was. It was just absolutely insane to do that. But check it out. Disneyland Handcrafted. It's now on Disney Plus and on their YouTube. Very, very cool. I do want to talk about one of our amazing sponsors, whereinthepark.com. They are working on their new ad. I spoke to Kevin and Amanda today. They're working on their ad, but I will tell you what they are. They are awesome. They are a Disney, not just Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, you name it, Universal Studios. I think I said that, but travel packs that you can take with you to the park, and you look at this card and you say, where the heck is this? And then if you can't figure it out, they give you clues. And it's just the coolest thing. We are so happy to have them part of us, and they are the hosts of Imagine That for us. They have some cool guests coming up on Imagine That. That even your friend Philander is going to be on Imagine That. So that's gonna be that'll be interesting. That I didn't even think he'd answer back, and he answered back like within like 20 minutes. I'm like, dude, all right, cool. But
he's an amazing human being. He will answer you.
That's what I hear, and very, very cool. And I'm excited to see what's coming up. But you have the We're in the Park podcast, comes out every Friday. Please check them out on their platform, on all their different podcast platforms. We're in the Park. We absolutely love them. They're the best. I want to get into what's coming up on here. We have a few things coming up on here. So we're like, Walt Walt's Partner Presents is kind of like a catch-all. We're gonna if there's a big topic, we can do a Walt's Partner Presents on it. But we decided we're gonna take this a little bit further and like feature some content creators and feature some people and just some fun people that I think we have some fun things planned, and we have a wish list of who we want, and
we do. And
our wish list, they answer, but then they don't answer back for like a while, but that's totally fine. But we're gonna get who we want.
They're busy.
What's that?
They're busy out there making content.
They're busy out there doing big things. But I mean, there's so many people to feature. Like, we started this with featuring Fresh Baked and featuring Chris Provost from Provost Park Pass. So, and yeah, they're awesome. But I think next we have the Gumball Rally is coming up from Mice Chat in a couple of weeks. That's the event that we'll be going down for with Getaway Today. But you'll be actually doing the Gumball Rally. But next week we'll be interviewing. Tell me who we're interviewing, because you said the princesses are coming on. I'm like, what?
We're interviewing the princesses, and they are the security team that runs around for Mice Chat just to make sure that everything is going very smoothly. They're kind of like the admin for Dusty and Mice Chat, just to make sure that the Gumball Rally goes smoothly. So I'm really looking forward to these ladies coming on.
Amber knows people for sure, because I reached out to Dusty Sage literally 6 months ago. Dusty Sage read my thing, and I'm like, I appreciate that he even took the time to read my request. And Amber's like, oh, I'll just ask him. I'm like, what? But it's gonna, but the princesses will be on, but we're hoping to maybe have Dusty join us. We don't know for sure, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll put that out like the week before the Gumball Rally, because that's just going to be, that's in like 2 weeks. But it'll be fun to learn about that. I don't know a lot about that event, what it is, or how it works, and I'm excited to learn about that. And then I just start throwing other people to Amber. I say, what about this guy? The guy that rode cars 15,000 times. I mean, a thousand, riding something 1,000 times is cute, but 15,000 times, holy shit! Mm-hmm. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. What a feat to do that. I remember years ago when I was still married with my family, seeing him getting featured. I think at 10,000. I mean, probably 4 or 5 years ago, getting featured in the park for doing it. That's crazy. And everyone that has said he's just the nicest guy. I'm looking forward to meeting John. And again, we have so many things and plans coming up for this that we are excited about. And I'm looking forward to what this is going to become. Again, if something else comes up and we got to do a Walt's Partner Presents about freaking Marvel, we'll do it, because we have 10 hosts that can get together and do whatever we do whenever we need to. But we're going to spearhead this, featuring the content creators as much as we can, and any other damn thing we want to talk about. So I'm excited for it. I'm going through our stuff because I want to get to your trip, because your trip is going to take up the bulk of the trip, and I want you to break it down. I do want to take a quick minute, and I want to hear from Sunken City Design as well, and get that going, and then we'll come in. We'll talk about the first half of your trip, and then I want to talk about the second half of your trip in Florida. So, but let's hear from Sunken City. We'll be right back. Let's hear about Lewis.
Sunken City Designs brings you art. Do you like art? I know I do. How about art based on Disney characters, like Mickey Mouse and the Oyster Thieves? That's actually from Alice in Wonderland, the best princess movie ever made. Also, we have some dwarfs that have their heads ripped off sometimes. Why? I don't know. It's because it's Sunken City Design. So go there, sunkencitydesign.com. Get yourself some great merchandise. You got posters and, I believe, clothes. Who knows? I got a cup from there, and it's fantastic. Do you like cups? Do you ever use those? I do. Go for it. Oh yeah, sweatshirts. Can't forget about those. If you're ever cold, get yourself a sweatshirt from sunkencitydesign.com. Also, WALL-E. That's the best movie ever made. Second only to Alice in Wonderland. All right. If you also like Walt's Apartment, they have merch for that too. Where? sunkencitydesign.com. Hopefully you've already loaded up that site and you're looking at it and you have some items in your cart. Go ahead and check out as soon as you can, because the show's about to come back on. All right, everybody. We appreciate you.
That ad every single time, dude. I don't know if you know the backstory about that. We literally just told Kevin one day, hey, we're going to tell us about Sunken. And he literally did all that. He just did that we actually re-edited it a little bit, but it was literally, he just came up with all that.
It's from the heart. It's from the heart.
It is. And do you like sweatshirts? I do. I know
It's
I do.
how we do things around here.
Yeah.
From the heart.
Yeah. We are so not organized. And like, what's the plan? I had OG 55 on last night. What's the topic? I said, bro, you don't know. I said, you know me. I don't have any idea, but we've been doing it for 5 years and people aren't bitching too much about it. So that's good. So, okay. So you went on this trip beginning of the year.
I did.
Amazing trip. I mean, I want to hear about, I want to talk about Universal first because you went to Universal by yourself. So dive into that. I want to hear the experiences, what's your favorite things, your thoughts on Epic, and I'm going to give the floor to you and I'll just ask some questions. So,
oh my gosh. Okay.
The cops are there, it sounds like.
They're coming for me. I didn't do it, I swear.
Yeah.
Universal. Gosh, so I went to Universal years ago and I unfortunately wasn't able to ride a lot of the rides. And so after a health journey, I went back and it was my goal to get on all the rides. As you know, I whined at you the whole time. And I was there for, I had a 3-day multi-park pass. Thanks, Getaway Today. And so I did Epic, Universal Studios, Orlando, and Islands of Adventure. And I was by myself, just wandering and eating and writing and just doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. And it was amazing. It truly was amazing. I really like those parks. Those parks are fantastic.
Oh, let's break it down here. So I don't know a lot about the Florida parks.
Okay.
You have Universal Studios Orlando, right? Which is the main park, right?
Yeah.
Is that where?
Small.
It is small. Okay. Is that where? But there's butterbeer there because you told me many times that there's lots of butterbeer being consumed and lots of videos about butterbeer.
I have shared 4 frozen butterbeers per day.
Wow.
I have no idea how many calories that is. And if you do know, please don't write in because I don't care. It's fine. So in the Universal Studios Orlando, they have Diagon Alley, which is where you see the dragon and the bank and then it has, all the really cool, the twins, their candy store and everything. It's really elaborate. And then you can take the Hogwarts Express to Islands of Adventure, and in Islands of Adventure,
that's cool.
It's really cool because when you're on the train, you don't. It feels like you're going to Hogwarts. You don't see outside. There's screens on the windows, and stuff happens in the train, and then you go to Islands of Adventure, and you get off, and you're in Hogsmeade, which we have here at our Orlando studios, our Universal Studios. So they have Diagon Alley, which is really, really cool. And then Hogsmeade. And you have to get a 2-park pass to be able to experience the Hogwarts Express. So I did a lot of back and forth with that too. But those parks are fairly small. So you can really do both of them in one day if the lines aren't too long. Islands of Adventure is where I almost died on Velocicoaster. It's also where the new Hagrid's Magical Creatures, the one where you're on the motorbike, there as well. So that's where I spent most of my time, was at Islands of Adventure.
Did you ride Hagrid's?
I did, and it was really fun. I rode it a couple of times, and I definitely recommend sitting on the motorcycle if you can. It's a much more exhilarating experience, I will say.
Okay. You had said, I don't remember when you said this, or you said that your new favorite row. Oh, and I'm sorry. That's at Disney World. We'll come back to that. I apologize.
Universal, it was definitely Hagrid's. Was
it? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Velocicoaster if it didn't try to kill me. So I guess I'll say Hagrid's.
Right. Now, Velocicoaster, because you said you were telling me throughout the day. First time you couldn't get on it, correct?
Mm-mm.
And
No, the first time I couldn't get the green light, and so I went back the next day and had plenty of room. And it was
crazy. So it's just the way you adjust in the seat, huh?
Yeah, and the lady was very nice. She was like, "Yeah, sometimes that happens. Like it maybe like you're wearing bulky clothes, or
Right.
like you're not your butt isn't all the way back in the seat, or your legs aren't a certain way." But she's like, "You're more than fine." And I wish it had been tighter, because then I
Right.
was like felt like I was gonna fly out. So the crazy thing about Velocicoaster, and I'm gonna do this as a PSA to anyone listening, because I've spoken about this roller coaster since it was being built, because it was almost open the last time I was at Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've wanted to go on it for years. Not one person clued me in on this roller coaster. So roller coasters are now switching to what's called fly time or air time. And basically that means instead of the typical G-forces where you fall or you twist or you turn or you go in a loop, you literally feel like you're flying out of the seat. And it's designed to make you feel that way. And part of the way that they do that is that they don't have the shoulder harnesses like they have on Incredicoaster. It's only a lap
I'm out. Nope.
Structure that goes over your legs, and I'm sure you're secure because no one's fallen out.
Right.
But when you get started, you literally feel like you are going to fly out and plummet to your death. And nobody had warned.
That's wrong.
Nobody had warned me about this. And the thing about Velocicoaster is it has more fly time than any other roller coaster in North America. It has 12 full seconds of fly time, and that doesn't sound like a lot. But imagine for 12 seconds of like going straight up and coming straight down and being upside down, you feel like you're going to fly out of your seat.
No,
it's a bit alarming. I swear to you that when we were doing the top hat, the thought that went through my mind is, oh my God, I'm going to be a headline. Like content creator flies out of her seat at Islands of Adventure. And I like jammed my legs against the seat as hard as I could to keep my body from flying out. And I had massive bruises on both of my legs. And I asked one of the employees, I'm like, hey, I think that there was something wrong. Like, what did I do? Did I not, put my seat down far enough? And he just laughed at me and he's like, oh, it's supposed to do that.
That's universal leg. That's what that just happens.
I'm like, oh, well, not one person told me all these years that you're going to feel like you're going to fly to your death. So I'm putting it out there, folks.
Wow.
It's supposed to do that.
I'm not a huge, I like roller coasters. I'm not a huge, like, I don't think I could go on Cosmic Rewind or the new.
Oh, it's so good.
I know we'll get to that, but I mean, or like the new car, the new Fast and Furious. I don't know because I don't even like the teacups. I don't like spinning around.
I do.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But so you went to that. So there you went to Isles of Adventure, right? Is that it?
Islands of Adventure.
Islands of Adventure, yeah. And sorry everyone that's listening. You're dumbass.
That's okay.
We just started talking about Universal like that last year. I finally allowed the conversation, but I'm glad because I mean, Extra Magic Hour, they are all about Universal. They love it. And
it's definitely growing on me.
That's what I've heard.
It's difficult when you don't have the right body proportions to truly enjoy Universal. And we know that they are more restrictive because of the way that they design their roller coasters. And so when you are able to enjoy it a bit more, then, you can develop a bit more passion. And so I have found myself, enjoying it more and being a big fan. Plus, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. So
right. So what's your highlight of Universal and Islands of Adventure? Not epic. We'll talk about that next.
Honestly, I think it was just being in the Harry Potter world and just. And also,
is it bigger than it is here in Hollywood?
So Diagon Alley is bigger.
Okay,
it's big. It's pretty big. Hogsmeade is about the same as ours is. Okay. Yeah.
And that's where the butterbeer is in Hogsmeade?
Both.
Okay.
Well, let me just tell you, in Universal Studios Orlando, you can get butterbeer at City Walk. You don't have to go into the parks to get it.
Oh.
And I would like to tell Universal Studios Hollywood that this needs to happen.
It's a good idea.
Because I shouldn't have to go in the parks to
Just
fill my need. Yes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Come on.
Well, Nick from Getaway Today, when I went down last year when we went to Universal, he put alcohol in his, and I didn't know that was a thing. I'm like, you bastard. Why didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you tell me this beforehand?
You can get cold, frozen, hot.
Come on now.
And Chris Provost, hot is not the best. So just so you know.
Oh no, frozen is the best. I had the frozen.
Is the best, but Chris will argue with me, so it's fine.
Okay.
And then you can also get dairy free. So if anyone out there is lactose intolerant, you can get dairy free. It's made with coconut milk. And then you can get alcohol in it as well.
Let's go.
But I'm a frozen girl through and through.
Okay. Let me ask you this: between those two parks, your biggest letdown of besides the bruises on your legs, probably. I mean,
the food.
Really?
The foods, and a lot of people will tell you that the food at those parks is not fantastic.
But it's more than Disney, isn't it? Isn't it some of it more than Disney?
The merch is expensive. The merch is more than Disney.
Yeah.
My Lord.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. No, I don't think the food was more than Disney.
Okay.
I didn't really eat a lot of it, as you know. I complained the whole time.
Right.
No, I literally lived on butterbeer.
Another one down.
The exception to this is the Three Broomsticks, which I always eat at our Universal and there too. Their food is good there, but otherwise the food was a little bit disappointing. And I think overall, none of the rides were like amazing to me. Like I loved Hagrid's. I really wanted to like Velocicoaster, but it literally gave me PTSD.
That's scary. That's so crazy.
Yeah, which like carried on to Epic and Stardust Racers. So
right, I have questions about that. So
so the food was probably the biggest letdown.
Okay. Next day you went to Epic Universe. Biggest complaint I've heard, and I think you even said this. You said there's a lot of room for improvement, but it's pretty small to start, right? But
there's a lot of wasted space.
Okay, I'm sorry. There you go. That's what I was trying to get to.
I would say that's more of an observation than a complaint, because obviously we know that they're filing permits and they can always add more portals. So it's more of an observation of when you walk into the park, there's tons of empty space, but it is a beautiful park. It is absolutely stunning during the day, and then at night is when it just truly shines.
It looks amazing.
Whoever designed this park, it is gorgeous. Just every land except for Mario, you can just skip that one. But they're all just gorgeous. I would go back there, and I'm sad that we don't have Epic Universe here.
Oh, okay.
I can do without Universal and Islands of Adventure. I wouldn't mind having Diagon Alley, but I'm sad that we don't have Epic. It's really, really cool.
What was your favorite ride there?
I would say roller coaster wise, the roller coaster at the Isle of Berk, the How to Train Your Dragon, which I've never seen those movies still, but the land was really cute. Otherwise, I liked the Ministry of Magic. It's not worth waiting 240 to 300 minutes for. God bless those that did. I was blessed by an amazing cast member, and so I was given an express pass, and I didn't have to wait. So
nice.
Because otherwise, I'd be telling you, well, I didn't go on it. So
right. What about the monsters?
That one was really cool, but it wasn't what I thought. I thought it was a roller coaster.
Oh.
And it's essentially just a varied or a version of Harry Potter. So like, how you're, in the seat and you move like this and you see screens and animatronics and stuff like that. It's essentially the same thing with just a different.
Joey loved that. He said that was his favorite, but.
I mean, it's cool. It's definitely a cool concept, and I love Dark Universe. I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely. I spent so much time in Dark Universe.
So there's four. There's 4 lands there, or 4 portals or tunnels or whatever the hell they're called.
1, 2. Is there?
I don't know.
4? I
I'm
think there's
asking
4.
you. You were there.
I'm trying to remember. That was so long ago. There's
like 2 weeks ago. That's crazy.
There's Celestial Garden, which is kind of in the middle, and
Right.
then there's Nintendo, Isle of Berk, Ministry of Magic, Dark Universe.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay.
If I'm missing one,
how was Donkey Kong? Really?
it was so lame.
Okay. All right.
It was so lame, and the wait was 180 minutes.
Jeez. But you said there's not that many attractions, so it makes sense that the waits are so high.
No, there really aren't. And I would say my number one recommendation for if you go to Epic Universe is to get the Express Pass.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, your day will be so miserable. And if you do get the Express Pass, you need to get it in advance because it does sell out.
Yeah.
That's not something, it's not like a lightning lane where you can just book it that day. You have to buy it in advance.
Right. Okay. So I only know about Stardust Racers because of the unfortunate incident from a few months ago. I don't know anything about it. It looks absolutely insane. How was that?
It was too much.
Really?
Yeah, it was too much. And I say that because again, going back to Velocicoaster, I think I had PTSD because it has a similar, not as much of that fly time, but it definitely has a lot of that. And I think if either I had gone on that first and not had that experience, or I had had that experience and Stardust Racers didn't do that, I think I would have been okay. But between the intensity of the ride and the PTSD and it was too much. And apparently I went on the crazier side because there's 2 sides.
Aren't they the same thing?
No, like one's slightly different than the other.
Okay.
And they told me to go on this one, and then they're like, "Oh, well, that's actually more." And I don't know, but I have been told by so many people that is one of their favorite rides ever. So don't take my word for it,
sure,
because I was dealing with the trauma. You know,
you're still having the FOMO from the day before, so yeah, you're like, yeah, and I get that. So highlight of Epic.
I really liked the Ministry of Magic.
Okay.
I really liked it. When I first went in, I saved it for last. I did Nintendo first because we have a Nintendo. Wanted to get out of the way. Walked into that land, immediately had overstimulation. If you go to our Nintendo, it's okay. Their Nintendo land is a lot. So if you have any sort of like sensory issues or whatever, it's a lot. I could not spend a lot of time there. And then I did Dark Universe, and then I did Isle of Berk, and then I went back to Dark Universe once the sun had set because you have to see it at night. And then I did the Ministry of Magic. Gotcha. And because I wanted to see it at first at night because I was going back to Epic the next day. So I had another day. I walked into Epic I walked into Ministry of Magic, and the outside is supposed to be the French Ministry of Magic. And I love anything French, and I loved it. It just was, I cannot even tell you how overwhelmed I was walking into this portal. And then, through fate would have it, this very nice employee gave me the ticket to go on the Ministry of Magic, or the ride or the attraction or whatever. And so I go inside and I walk inside, and the inside is the Ministry of Magic that you see in the movie. And and it is grand, it is huge, it is elaborate, it is exactly what you see in the movie to scale. And I walked into this room with the green tiles and the flues and the green, and I cried.
Wow.
I cried. It's so silly. I was so overwhelmed by how immersive that experience was that I cried. And I didn't really like the attraction, but the line itself
Right.
was just spectacular. So I spent a lot of time there. I did
Okay.
a lot of time in that portal.
Perfect. So then you had 3 days there. Then it was time to switch over to the reason that you actually were going there.
Meet everybody. Yes.
That's right. So I want to hear, I'm going to do our last sponsor break, which fits into why you were actually there. So let's hear real quick from Getaway Today. Then we'll come back and talk about your trip with your content creators. And we'll be, where's the ad? I'm looking right now. We'll be right back.
It's been a great show so far, but who's ready for an ad break? Did you know that the best way to keep our shows going is by supporting our sponsors? So let's get to know more about the travel experts at Getaway Today. They've been helping to make vacation dreams come true since 1990. And whether you want to visit the happiest place on earth or to travel to Orlando for a most epic adventure, they are there to help. Are you trying to find out which hotel is your best option or which theme park tickets will work best for your visit? Are you concerned that you might need a last-minute change? No worries. Their travel experts will help you out. Looking to book a cruise but don't know where to start? Hey, they can help with that too. They will find the perfect cruise for your vacation, whether it's your first time or you're a well-seasoned cruiser. When you book your cruise with one of the Getaway Today experts, you will have a dedicated agent to help you every step of the way. They take care of the details so you can have the most fun. Getaway Today offers peace of mind travel, allowing you to cancel or make changes up to 72 hours before your trip. You will always have the most up-to-date vacation information, both pre-arrival and upon welcome. Getaway Today guarantees the best prices, with no hidden fees, and every time you book through Getaway Today, they will donate a portion back to a charitable organization in your area. And so far, over $4.5 million have been donated. So go ahead and dial 1-855-GETAWAY, that's 1-855-438-2929, and be sure to tell them that Walt's Apartment sent you. Or just click the link in our show notes for more information and the best deals to start your Disney, Universal Studios, or cruise vacation planning. What I'm trying to say is, if you like to travel, check out Getaway Today. All right, so now it's time to get back to enjoying that view from Walt's apartment. Let's get back to the show.
What he's trying to say is Getaway Today is cool. So we appreciate them. But
You know that.
Getaway Today actually sponsored a trip for you, and
You did.
you came up with this idea. You wanted to just feature you wanted to just go on a trip. So just say, I'm not going to try to put words into your mouth. Tell me what you did.
Okay, so there was how this got started was Leah McCastle Magic and her friend were going for Run Disney, and they thought, well, what if we ask Getaway Today if we talk about Run Disney? So they approached me with the idea, and I said, well, I like that, but let's think bigger. Let's do more, because why do little when you can do more? And through listening, learning, observing, we know that there needs to be more opportunities for content creators of color and from the LGBTQIA community. And so we approached Getaway Today and said, hey, we would really like to do this trip and feature some amazing creators from those groups. And so from there, they of course are amazing, and they agreed. And so we found some spectacular creators that just meshed right in, and we became this fun little group. And they all met me after my journey through Universal, and it was I'm so grateful to Getaway Today for seeing our vision, and I hope to continue it. So
absolutely. I don't see why not. It looked like it was very successful. It looked like so much fun. Do me a favor. I don't want to put you on the spot. Can you shout out all the creators that were there with you?
Yes. So I don't know if I have like their I can.
Okay. Well, that's I
can. Yes.
So you guys went to every park at Walt Disney World as well, correct? That was part of the.
We did. Yeah. So we went to all parks. What?
Where I'm saving time for you while you look up the names. Where'd you guys stay?
So we stayed at different parks because we wanted everyone to experience different
Mhm.
things. So Leah and myself and Nicole, we stayed at Coronado Springs. And then we had Itzel Lovato, and she is a Hispanic plus size content creator.
Mhm.
Her and Van Kelsey, they stayed at the Pop Century.
Okay.
And Regina, which is Reggie's VSG Closet, and Jarrett Timberlake, which is the Sweet Life of Jarrett, they stayed at a Good Neighbor Hotel.
Oh, nice. So
Yeah.
just all different mixture of all different kinds of.
Yeah, because we wanted to get an idea of all the different types of hotels that you can book through Getaway Today and use to stay at Walt
Right.
Disney. And they all have different perks. So we wanted to kind of encompass them all.
So we don't need to go through every day unless you want to break it all down per day. But I mean, everyone's been to Walt Disney World except me. But I was there when I was 16 years old when all they had was Epcot and Magic Kingdom.
That's
I was said,
you
hey,
need.
what's that?
That's all you need.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I hear. But what's your favorite land there? Yeah, not your favorite land, but your favorite park.
Epcot.
Because you can drink, or just because it's fun?
No, but that's a good point.
I mean, you're the wine country mom, so I mean, it makes sense that
you can drink it all at most of them. I think
Right.
think people were drinking. Like, I don't know. I didn't drink much on this trip. It was very professional.
There you go.
Except for when I was
Butterbeer.
except for when I was accidentally given alcohol in Norway. But
Yeah.
we'll get to that. I love Epcot. I think it's so different than what we have here,
Mhm.
and it's just gorgeous. And I love all the little lands and the people in the lands. And yeah, it's just Epcot is my favorite. So
And they have your ultimate favorite roller coaster
my
there.
ultimate favorite
You said this was your favorite roller coaster ever. That's what you said. You said
ever.
this
Ever.
Cosmic
Yeah.
Rewind, right?
Cosmic Rewind. And they had just announced that they were building this or had just started building this when I was there last time. So I was really excited to finally go on it. And it was myself, Leah, and Nicole went on it together. And when we got off, we just looked at each other like, holy crap, that was amazing.
Everyone has said that. It's like, damn,
Oh, it's fantastic.
It seems so cool. So you get on there, and I mean, obviously, music's probably great because it's Guardians, and then you're spinning around, going upside down and stuff in the dark, right?
Well, you don't go upside down.
Okay.
So think of it as a toilet bowl. It definitely it's like a toilet bowl almost. You go around and you're doing all sorts of ups and downs, but you're essentially going in a toilet bowl. And at the end, you literally do this really cool toilet bowl around this giant moon thing. And then as you're doing that, the actual cars are spinning slightly. Now they're not spinning like this.
Right.
I'm kind of bummed that they're not, because I would like a little bit more spinning, but they're just slightly like spinning.
Okay, well maybe you kind of sold me on it if it's not that bad.
Yeah. It's not like the teacups where you're doing this and this at the same time. They're not like rotating in full revolutions. No, it's not like that.
Maybe I'm in. Maybe you kind of talk me. Yeah. I don't know. I watched like that one, the Fast and Furious one, man. Like they're going like upside down and spinning around. I'm like, that just seems really out of character for Sean. But I'm just.
You gotta try everything once, right?
You do have to try everything once. I mean,
one time.
Yeah, I'll go by myself in case they throw up, because I mean that would be just awful. So,
you sit behind me.
That's fair. Yeah. But so obviously Epcot. I'm gonna just ask questions about the parks there, because just your opinions. The EMH did a trip report, but I wanted to get your thoughts on Epic and stuff, because you've never been there. So I'm glad we got that. But okay, so at Epcot you can drink around the world, which I guess is really, really cool.
And you have to start in Mexico.
You do? Okay. They have margaritas there?
Of course. They have an avocado margarita. It's amazing. It's so
avocado margarita? No, that doesn't even sound good. No.
It's good.
Okay. Anyway, margarita. Okay. Anyway, so your highlight of Epcot would be Cosmic Rewind, because that's your ultimate
Oh,
favorite,
for sure.
right?
Oh
Okay,
my
and
gosh, for sure.
okay, I want to hit each park and get your highlight of each one. So, you have Animal Kingdom, correct?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing in Animal Kingdom?
Um,
That's where Avatar is, right?
yeah, I liked the Avatar ride. I've been on it before. So I liked that ride. Animal Kingdom is not my favorite. I almost think that I like Everest more. I really
Okay.
enjoyed going on Everest. We did not eat in Animal Kingdom, and we were there for a very limited time. We just hit the things that we wanted to do, and then we
Right.
left. So like the
Because
safari has to be first off so that you
Right.
see the animals moving and all that jazz. So
From what I've understood and what I've seen people say, like all these different people that go to these places and report back, you can do the studios and Animal Kingdom in one day together, couldn't you?
if you picked things that you really enjoy,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, you can't do everything in both parks in one day.
But these
But
aren't full day parks, either one of them, correct?
that's what they say. I mean, first of all, Animal Kingdom closes fairly early because of
Okay.
the animals.
Right.
So I think the day that we were there, it was closing at 5 or 6.
Okay.
So it closes fairly early. So you're not going to literally spend all day there because it closes early. So, but there's not a lot to do. I mean, there's not a ton to do. There's a few rides and thrill rides and smaller rides, and there's a Lion King show which everyone should see, and there's Dinosaur, which I'm very sad that we're losing because I love that. I love dinosaurs.
But you're getting aren't you getting Encanto, right?
No, it's going to be
Indiana
a
Jones.
new version of Indiana Jones.
Okay, that doesn't suck.
And there is going to be an Encanto ride there, but it's going to be where the Triceratops ride was, which was similar to Goofy's Sky School in essence. I think
It's a great ride.
we didn't go up.
It's one
We
of the
didn't
best.
go on that ride. I don't think when we were there. I don't remember, but yeah, I mean, new stuff is coming, which is
Sure.
exciting. But Animal Kingdom is fun. We saw the Zootopia show, which was very cute.
Nice.
Highly recommend. But
Zootopia is great.
yeah, we didn't spend a lot of time there.
Then we go from Hollywood Studios. What's your favorite thing there, Hollywood Studios?
I don't really like Hollywood Studios.
Okay,
And that's horrible because
Disney, if you're listening, it's okay. It's
I know, I'm so sorry. Star Wars is there, so please don't kick me out of the club.
Yeah. Star Wars is there, so that's good.
Here's my thing with Hollywood Studios. The food is terrible. And I had one of my worst meals ever at Hollywood Studios. And so now I'm like, oh, Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
But Tower of Terror is there, and
Right.
I do like Tower of Terror. I don't like Guardians.
What?
I don't like our Guardians, but I love Tower of Terror.
Well, we have to talk about that another time because that's the best one. That's top 3, one of the best rides in the Disneyland Resort. Oh my gosh.
Ours is unhinged. Tower of Terror is classy and dignified. It's just
Unhinged is way better.
Oh, okay.
I'm just but I don't like spinning around. But I freaking love Guardians. Guardians is top 3. It's one of my top 3 favorite attractions. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on this tangent. That's what I do. But okay. So the nice, pure, demure tower. You like that?
I did. The glam. It does the glam bot thing, the video, which ours doesn't do, which is pretty fun.
It's kind of isn't that one like you move around like in the car, like then it takes you and then you go up and down. It doesn't just start going up and down which is way cooler. Just saying. But anyway. But okay, so we don't need to talk about Hollywood Studio then because you don't like it. That's cool.
I don't like it.
That's not what you said. I mean, I really don't like it. Was the exact quote?
No, wait, time out. I will say that I had a really delicious meal at the barbecue, the Toy Story barbecue, which wasn't open when I was there before. And so I went with Confetti at the Castle. Hey, Tiffany. And it was delicious. Oh my goodness. We ate so much food. It's all you can eat. And I ate the vegetarian option, which was like vegan meats and stuff. Oh my God. It was so good. It was so good. I would go to Hollywood Studios for that meal. for that, just for that.
Okay. Then obviously Magic Kingdom, which is just it's the only place I've been there, which to me, when I was 16 years old, to me, it's a big Disneyland. You know, it's just a bigger version of Disneyland.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have our allegiance. I have my allegiance. I mean, speaking for myself, I have my allegiance to Disneyland. Disneyland is the best park in the world. But what are your thoughts on Magic Kingdom? What's your favorite thing there? Because they have a few different things there.
There's two things that I really enjoyed. Well, three things actually at Magic Kingdom. The first is I really loved their Starlight Parade. I thought it was beautiful.
It looked really cool. I've seen videos of that.
Very well done, and it's like a really dreamy electrical parade. So if you remember the electrical parade, think of like less bright colors, more dreamy and ethereal, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I really enjoyed their Haunted Mansion. I like the exterior of our Haunted Mansion, but I like the interior of their Haunted Mansion.
Really? It's not the same?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not the same. And that's my favorite attraction ever anywhere besides Cosmic Rewind, of course. And so I wish that we could bring some of those elements, like in the beginning of our Haunted Mansion, when it's not an overlay, you literally ascend into just a dark room. And every time I do, I think back to the Florida Haunted Mansion where it has the eyes and the library and the shoes walking on the ceiling. And I think to myself, why can't we bring some of those elements to ours so that you're not just going into a big dark room with empty walls and bare ceilings, and it's just nothing for like next time you go on it, everyone just pay attention.
Awesome. That's why.
And there's nothing happening for the longest time until you get to the night.
That is true.
Whereas when you're at the Haunted Mansion in Florida, every bit of it is interactive.
Okay. All right.
And then the third is my favorite restaurant in all of Walt Disney World, and that is dun 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 Liberty Tree Tavern.
Okay. Never heard of it, but okay.
It's like Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving food.
That's good.
All you can eat Thanksgiving food, and that pot roast is worth flying to Florida for.
Damn.
That's all I have to say about that.
All right. So good trip. I mean, you had a great time. Did you shout out all of your people, or did I? Okay, I did. Yeah, I was doing other things, but so we had a good trip and you had a great time. And Getaway Today is awesome for setting that up and hooking that up. And anything else you want to add about your trip? Any shout outs? Anything you want to say about it?
I just want to say thank you to all the creators that did come out. We did a meetup at Epcot, and we had at one point we had 30 creators, and then throughout the day we had more come out and hang out with us all day. And it was just so amazing to meet so many cool people that we talked to online and never get to see. So it was really nice to see some of those people. So I'm grateful to those that came out.
Perfect. Well, we did it. We did the first Walt's Apartment Presents of 2026. Amber, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your report back. And thank you for enduring Velocicoaster and all that stuff. You know, I'm going to say just for the podcast, but I know that you were going anyway, so it didn't matter. But I'm just going to be selfish and say it was for research for us. But I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
You're awesome. And we'll be back next week, and then we're going to try to continue to do a couple of these every month at least, because we got to start featuring some people and having some more conversations. And I don't even have an ending for this show. Like, we enjoy the view, but I think we should just end it with that because that's just easy. So, Amber, thank you so much. Follow Amber at the Wine Country Mom on Instagram, and she is also helping us out with our social media as well. And until next time, we hope you enjoy the view from Walt's apartment, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye.
will come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past. And here you may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.